Greetings, data enthusiast. I am Muazzam Ali and welcome back to GuideCoachings. If you are intrigued by the world of data as I am, you are for a treat. But before we dive into today's deep exploration of row level security on Tableau server, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. By subscribing, you'll gain access to a treasure trove of data insights, tutorials, and tips that our channel has to offer. But wait, there's more. Are you ready to unlock your potential as a Tableau as a data analyst? Here is an exciting opportunity. Our exclusive 3 months online course tailored for both freshers and experienced individuals. If you are passionate about deciphering data patterns, crafting compelling stories from numbers, and deriving strategic decisions, that this course is your golden ticket. Imagine mastering the art of data visualization with tools like Tableau, diving deep into complex data sets and honing the skills that today's employers demand. Whether you are entering the data world for the first time or seeking to enhance your expertise, we have got the perfect journey for you. Ready to embark on a transformative path to become a data analyst? Explore the comprehensive details of our 3 months data analyst course in the description below. And if you are eager to know more, don't hesitate to reach out to me personally using the contact number displayed on the screen. But now, let's turn our focus to the heart of today's video, row level security on Tableau server. We'll be delving into the incredible world of ensuring data confidentiality, user access, and safeguarding sensitive information. So, without further ado, let's jump right onto let's jump right in and uncover the 3 remarkable ways you can apply row level security in your Tableau environment. So here are the 3 ways. The first one is using option of user filter, row level security using user functions with calculated fields, and the third one is filtration using database. We are going to see all these 3 one by one, and now we are going to discuss on this. So the first option is using the option of user filter. So but going deep into user filter, first we will be discussing about what is row level security and what is the use of it and what is the need of it. Okay, so you consider uh, you know you are as a developer and you developed a dashboard where you are showing region wise sales for a particular organization or for particular company. Now for every region, the company is maintaining a regional manager for north, south, east, west. There are 4 managers whom they are managing, and every manager has their subordinates and their subordinates has their subordinates. So it's a hierarchy in every region. So the same type of hierarchy is maintained, and let's suppose like 250 employees are in one region, and in every region there are 250 employees. So overall, in general, one organization has 1000 employees. So now the situation is the manager of 250 employees has to see only the sales for that particular region. He is not bothered about the other region for other than his territory. So if a person or if a manager is looking for a data for central region, he should be seeing only central region sales, progress, profit, discounts, losses, everything you should be able to see only for that particular region. But as a developer, we will be developing for a whole and soul. So here the filtration on the basis of user access comes in, and we call it as a row level security. So only central region manager can see the central region sales, only north region manager can see the north sales, and so on and so forth. So here are 3 options. The first one is using the option of filters. So the first option is filters. Use filter. Now user filter is what filter? So you have published reports, and you have seen how to publish reports. So there is also one option present inside that. So First of all, we will be creating a dashboard or a visualization with region wise sales. We will be creating that. Then what we will do, we will log in onto the Tableau desktop or onto the Tableau server using server option. We have that server option. We'll click on it and we'll select sign in, and then we will be entering the username and password over there, and then we will sign in. Once we get signed in, we publish our reports and dashboards onto the Tableau server. Then we click on the server, we select the region. Now we again click on the server, then we select the option as user filter. If you see over here, create user filter, we'll select that, and then we'll select the region. Once we select the create user filter, there are a list of options will be displayed, which is the total calculation or total sum of rows of the measures and dimensions. So those will be shown over there. So we will be selecting region because we want to distribute it region wise. Then select users from the list and select region which you want to give access. Then give a name to the user filter and then click OK. So what we will do, we'll click on the server, we'll go to user filter, create filter, you click on the user filter, then we'll go to the region. From the list, we'll select the region. After we select the region, we will give the name to that particular filter as something SLR or row level security, LRS, row level security, and then we'll create it and we'll click OK. This creates filter. Now this will be a filter will be created. We just need to put that filter into the filter shelf, and we will be, once we as per the logged in user, it will show the data of that particular user on the basis of that particular user. So this is how the pictorial representation of it will look like. So we'll click on the server option from the Tableau side, Tableau desktop. We will click on the sign in. Once we are signed in, we'll click on the create user filter. Okay, we'll click on it. But once we click on the sign in, it will open a Tableau server windows like this, where we will be entering the username and password. And once we enter the username and password, we will be signed in. Once we are signed in, we'll click on the user filter. Once we click on it, we will be getting the list of all the all the measures and dimensions. So from here, we will be selecting the region. Okay, once we select the region, it will give us option like this. So we will be selecting all the users which want to give the access. So here I have a number of users, so I have selected this last user and I have given two accesses, that is central and east region sales. So this user will be able to see only two regions sale, that is central and east. And once I click OK, and I will change the name as user filter to some other filter, and then I will click OK. So access to this user will have access to two regions. And if I select Vikram Reddy, and if I give only south region, so he will be having only south region access, and he will be able to see only south data. That is how the filter works. That is how the user filter works. This is the one way. Okay, but now imagine that you have a huge number of employees, or you have a list of employees where you want to give access. So you will not be creating on the basis of the users. There are again two ways to create it. First one we have seen, that is user filter. Now the second one is user function. Now how user function is good. So user functions are available into the Tableau. So if I take you to the Tableau screen, and if I show you, if I want to create any calculated field, so how user filter works, I will be creating a calculated field as row level security. Now I will be entering if so here we have most of the time we use two types of functions. The first one is member of. This is one. So this is used for the group. Okay, so dev, if I put, and we have other as user name. Okay, so this username is also one of the function which is used. So if you can see over here, username returns the name of the current user. Now this user is nothing but the user through which you have logged in. Okay, so this user is shown, so we are validating it using this function as well. This is the second way. So what I will do, I will simply put it like this: if username is equals to guidecoachings.com is equals to true, if username is equals to true, and we can put and then we will be putting region wise is equals to south, we can put like this, or south. Okay, that's it. Will be putting like this. So we can put it like this: if username is equals to this is equals to true. So I have written that as well somewhere. Okay, so I'll show you. This is how, if username is equals to this, I will not write this true over here. Yes, so this is how it will be written. And yeah, so if this, then 1, else 0 0 end. So this is how the condition will be written. Okay, so this username, now whatever user I have logged in with the Tableau desktop, it will take and it will validate, okay, this user is this user or not, on the basis of the email address, and it will validate the access, that region access I have given the so if it has the access of the south region, then it will be okay and it will be validated. That is how row level security will work. We will put this into the filter and it will work. This is the one way. Now if we want to give a bulk access, so what we will do, we will see that. So here for having multiple users, we can create a group, and same how we will create a group, we will be creating that group onto the Tableau server level, and from that there we will be providing the access, we will be adding members to that particular group, and then we will be providing the access to that particular group. So if suppose tomorrow if I want to add some more persons to that particular group, I can do that easily with it will have the same access. And if I want to remove someone, I can remove some entries from that particular group, and rest of the people will have the same access which are stays into the group. Okay, so how we can do it, if how we will use it, we will use this function is member of. So now let's open this again. I'll just do it in edit mode. Okay, and what I will do, I will remove this if or is member of what, def dev group is equals to true, and we have the region. Okay, so region is equals to we have south or north region. Then we will call it is equals to true, I believe it, we write it like that, and region is equals to south or region is equals to west. If, yeah, we will write the if condition as well here. So if is member of dev is equals to true, and if region is equals to north, then 1 else 0 end. Okay, this is how we will be writing the calculation. So what does this means, we have created a group onto the onto the Tableau desktop, and we are checking that if the logged in user, the user who's using the Tableau desktop currently is validated, so that user is logged in and that is validated, that is giving the true result, and it has the access to the north region, and so his access to the north region, then 1, else 0, and then we'll click OK, and we'll be putting this into the filter shelf, and we will be checking only the true values. So that is how the the group level access will work, and we can create the simple the member level as well. So we have used username and is member of, we have seen this, now we'll see it practically. So this is the same function which I have written over here. Okay, here we have created RLS, that is row level security. Here we are using these are the functions which are available, which we call as a user functions, which we are using over here. The first function is username, and the second function is member of. Is member of function is used for the group, and username is used for individual member to be added to the access. Okay, so here we can add more number of users as well. So if we want to add some more, we will be writing else if. So how we will be doing it, we will be opening this again. Okay, we will be opening this, and we'll do edit, then we will else 0, then we will write else if. Okay, else if, and then we will be writing one more time this. Okay, this we will be writing one more time. If we want to write it like this, we can write it and we can end it. Okay, so this is how it will, we can write it. If is member of else if is member of dev true and region is equals to north, then 1, else 0, and okay, so this is how basically we can write it. We just need to do certain changes over here. So we can create groups, we can create, if I want to give it for a particular individual user, so I will be using username here as well, and here as well I will be using the username, and then I will be removing this from the data set. Okay, here from here as well I will be removing it. Okay, now this is done, and else if, then 1, else if 0, else if username is equals to true, username is equals to not true, it will be something like this, and here it will be GuideCoachings, or don't focus on to the spelling as of now, but this is how it will look like. Okay, GuideCoachings.com. okay, so this is how we can add number of users to it. Now then we will, how we will be using the group level access. So for that we will be creating groups onto the Tableau server. This is my Tableau server screen where we have dev groups and all users. So we'll be using dev groups to access, and we have 4 users into it, and it is local, and if you want to see it, you can double click it and you can see the number of users inside it. So this is how the dev group will have all the numbers of users over there with their email addresses. Now we will do is member of dev group is equals to true, and we have written the simple, it's nothing difficult, it is simple. So I have used over here south or region and west, and then else. This is how we will be writing it. Then these are the 2 ways. The third way is filtration using database. Now how we can do it? So in database, what we will do, we will be creating a sheet, and that sheet we will be assigning it onto the data source level, and from there we will be filtering out the data. Okay, this is the third way, and this is not mostly used, but you should be aware in terms, as per the in terms of the interview perspective, you should be aware of it. So the third way is using the Excel sheet or some data source. So we have a sheet, what we have done is we have created a sheet where we are keeping 2 values, that is employees names and regions. So here in first 2 columns, employees region, employee names, and their employee ID, employee email addresses and their regions. Okay, and we have region wise access, we have given each region. We will not, if a person have access to 2 regions, will not use a comma separator, we will be writing duplicate entry and we will just change the region. Okay, that is how we are going to do. Then what we are going to do, connect this Excel sheet as a data source. By default, left join. So when we connect this data sheet with the actual data which we have, so here we are using sample superstore, and now we are attaching this sheet where we have kept the username, the email addresses and their region accesses. We are using joining them, so by default it will take a left join and it will filter out the data on the basis of user filter functions. Okay, that is username. Okay, now again username is going to be used here. How it is going to be used, we'll see it. So what logic we will be writing over here, we will be writing the uppercase. Why we are using uppercase or lowercase? We can use basically upper or lowercase, just to make a synchronization. So if any email address written into the capital letters should be considered as a uppercase, every email address which is written into the smaller case should be converted to the uppercase, so that to maintain the synchronization between the sheet records and the data onto the Tableau server, or the user access onto the Tableau server, so that it will be same and you can validate it, you can compare it. That is why we are using the simple string functions, that is upper or lower, anything will be fine. Okay, so this is my sheet where I have created only two users if you closely observe, and I have given the south region, west region to the same user, but I have repeated his entries twice because if we give comma it will not be able to read properly. So that is why we have given one record into one column, one row, and then we have entered these details. Now we have attached this security sheet to our data. Okay, so if you see, this is my security sheet and this is my sample superstore data, and by default it took, we have added it from here, and the secondary data source is added over here. Once I have opened it, it joined it by default left join, and it is showing me as a left join. It is added to the data source. Now what I have to do over here, I have created again one calculated field which will be looking like this only. So what I will do, I will just select it, remove it, and here I will be writing upper and username, and I will be using that username from the sheet. So this username. Okay, so this is the username which is coming from the sheet site. This is coming from the sheet site, so I will be writing the username and equals to upper, and here I will be writing the employee 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 names. So employee names, whatever I have used into my Excel sheet. So this is my ename, so I'll be using ename. Okay, ename. This is how I will be checking it, and once this is validated, it will give me the result. Okay, this is how we should write it, and we will be validating it. Okay, so these are the three ways which are going to be most important for creating the accesses onto the data source level, and these are the row level securities options which are available onto the Tableau. So the first one is user filter. By using the user filter we can do that. Then the second one is using the user functions which are available, the username and the is member of function. Is member of function is used for grouping, for providing access to the group level, and username is used for, pretty much simple, it is for individual or team members to provide accesses to different regions. Okay, so that's all. I have covered the topic which I wanted to cover today, guys, about the row level security, and I hope I have made very clear, I have explained it into the depth of it. If you still have any questions, any queries, or any doubts regarding the topic which I have covered today, you can write me a comment and I will be working and we will be discussing it into our next session. That's all for today. Thank you so much, guys.